UFC 302, Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier just ended, and Islam literally just pulled off a flash submission against Dustin. Dustin damn near got that win. Strickland pulled off a very lackluster win off of Paulo Costa. Kevin Holland comes out, gets rocked, and then submits Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, which is what I thought would happen. And then Nico Price comes out with a win. So this was a very odd card. I feel like it was kind of what everyone expected, but also not at all what anyone expected. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with the first fight and just tell you guys everything that went down, break it all down, etc. So the first fight, Andre Lima against Mitch Raposo. Andre Lima couldn't get Mitch Raposo out. Mitch actually was doing not that bad. One judge thought he won the fight, which was absolutely horrid. I don't know why or how that happened, but New Jersey judges, it wasn't the first case in this card. They were getting tons of fights wrong. The refs were terrible too. It just seems like whenever fights are in New Jersey, New York, shit goes wrong. But Aline Perez, Jocelyn Edwards, the little shit going on between them got squashed. Aline pretty much, I would say she didn't dominate, but she definitely won all 3 rounds in my book, but decided to try to squash the beef. They got on knees, apologized to each other. Aline tried to get her to torque with her, but Edwards wasn't having it. As anyone else would react, like, it's a little weird. Don't want to do that to someone that just kicked your ass. But it was a cool little moment for them. Thought it was nice, but decision. Basil Hafez, though, against Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall showed that he has a chin, something that I feel like he's never shown before, like that he can actually scrap. He had Robbie Lawler in his corner. I don't know if that changed anything for him, but he looked super ready for a brawl. And Basil Hafez was also taking some nasty strikes, but that's what we expected out of him. And honestly, I think he made this fight a little too close. I think he got too confident, too cocky, and it went to a decision, and he pulled it off. But I think he could have gotten Mickey Gall out. But because of his, I guess, inexperience in these higher level fights, he just wasn't able to pull it off. But Mickey Gall, like, I was saying I wanted him out of the UFC. I kind of want to see another fight of his now. Kind of want to see how he does. I don't know if he stays in the UFC. I would hope. I can't believe I'm saying that, but now I kind of hope Mickey Gall stays in the UFC. I feel like that's kind of weird. Anyone else? Just me? I don't know. But the next fight was Jake Matthews against Phil Rowe. And also, all these fights, decision all the way up until the Almeida fight. But Jake Matthews beats Phil Rowe. It was close. It was going to come down to the 3rd round, and he was just connecting more, putting on more pressure. He was landing the bigger strikes, which was making Phil Rowe very gun shy. And it is what it is. When I was looking at this fight, I kind of wanted to go Jake Matthews, but based off the Neil Magny win that Phil Rowe just got, I thought he would be able to get better as a fighter after having a camp and then just improve. But he didn't improve, so he lost. Mistake on me for trusting that a guy would want to improve himself, maybe. But I guess guys get to the UFC and just say, fuck it, I'm not going to improve anymore unless they actually are about it, and he's not about it. So Grant Dawson, Joe Selecki. Grant Dawson coming out with a freaking flying knee, Masvidal style. But besides that, nothing really exciting. Like, he held him on the ground. It's what we all kind of expected to happen, just for him to lay on Selecki, and it's what he did. He's a smart fighter. It's what he's great at doing, and he'll probably get very high up in the ranks unless he ends up with another Bobby Green situation where he gets flash KO'd. And it might happen. But against guys like Selecki, he'll just dominate, and that'll be what it be. But Jailton Almeida, I thought this was going to be the most boring fight of the card, like by far. And he submitted Alexander Romanov in the first round. Super shocked by that. Super shocked. Obviously, he is training to get those finishes now. Probably after not being able to submit Derek Lewis, he was like, shit, I really should get this going. So, great win for Almeida. Looks terrible for Romanov. I don't know what they're going to do with him because he looks like a fat piece of shit. And Almeida, he looks very strong. He obviously can get submissions fast now. It would be cool if they gave him someone that really, like the Curtis Blades fight, perfect. Give him more guys like that. That'll just ruin his day. That would be very nice. That'd be very nice because he needs to be tested. But a great win by Almeida, like not making it boring, getting it was honestly pretty boring for when it lasted, but when he got that submission in, it was not boring for that slight moment, so good for him on that. Now Russian Chase Hooper, Roman Kopylov against Cesar Almeida. Kopylov wins by decision, can't take out Almeida. He had some chances. In there. Didn't have the power, but it showed that MMA will beat any other technique if they're just using that one technique. Cesar Almeida was just trying to go full kickboxing, and he can't wrestle. He can't wrestle for shit. Like, Romanov is not a wrestler. He wants to strike. And he was realizing, oh, this guy literally is like tier 1 starter wrestler. Like, he knows nothing. He can't defend anything. So he just decided to keep taking him down, and it worked. And that's what you should do in MMA, in the UFC. Like, I don't know. It's wild that guys like Cesar Almeida made it. Alex Pereira did a great job. He's became a 2-weight class or a 2-division champion by being one of the greatest kickboxers, but he can also, he can't really wrestle either. I don't know. Cesar Almeida just fucking sucks. I don't know. He's got to figure something out. But on to the main card. Randy Brown against Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos. Randy Brown winning by decision, as I thought. I didn't think he would be able to take out dos Santos. It was a good performance, like nothing like really spectacular that I can remember out of this fight. Yeah, just a classic Randy Brown win, just sliding his head in and out, popping the guy with shots from range, and yeah, nothing like really spectacular unless I'm forgetting something. But this next fight, Nico Price, I don't know, whoever was expecting Nico Price to win this fight, like I get Alex Morono was coming in on late notice, so he could be tired, but there's no way anyone would expect Nico Price to actually be able to take a shot after just crumbling to Robbie Lawler. But, you know, the UFC always has a little surprise for us every single card, so I guess that was the surprise. Nico Price edging out a decision. Well, I guess not edging out, but if Morono had gas for that last round, then he probably would have gotten the fight, because I thought Morono had the first round, and then by the second round he gassed, and it was all Nico Price. But good for him. Good on him for staying in there. If somehow Nick Diaz wins his fight, I could probably see him being put against Nico Price. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with the Nico Price at this point. They need to give him one of those like legend fighters. So, yeah, great win. Kind of pissed off Alex Morono. You literally train fighters, live in a gym, whatever, the whole shebang, and you can't beat Nico Price. That's hilarious. But Kevin Holland against Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. Mikhail was about to beat the fuck out of Kevin Holland. Like, it was looking bad really fast, and then it was looking really bad for Mikhail. Mikhail cracked him with an overhand. I think it was overhand, and it was probably the most scared I've ever seen Kevin Holland from a strike. But real quick with that Travis Lutter black belt, just got that armbar in. I thought he was going to get a triangle, switches it up to an armbar because he knew Mikhail was going to be trying to defend the triangle, and then breaks his arm. I don't know. Herb's got to wait a bit. Like, we need to see that arm like actually in half before you come in, because Mikhail was pissed. He wanted to fight with a broken arm. Kevin Holland was saying that it was like breaking or some shit, and he was really tugging on it. I think just give Mikhail 5 more seconds with the broken arm and we're all going to be happy. That's how I see it. But Kevin Holland gets a slick arm bar submission and pretty much snaps Mikhail's arm or dislocates it, one of the two. But yeah, great win. First round sub. I thought he would get the sub in the second round. And yeah, hopefully Kevin Holland goes back to those big names. He knew that this was a can that he has squash, and he did that. Almost got squashed, but he's Kevin Holland. He can figure it out. He's crackhead. Now, the co-main event, this was so lackluster for me just because I feel like Sean Strickland is so clickbait nowadays. He goes into the press conferences like, oh, I'm going to bleed for you. We're going to go to war for you guys. Like you don't do jack shit to go to war. Like, you throw a jab and a teep. You throw a jab and a front kick. Like, what are you, like, you're not going to war for anybody. In fact, it looks like you're actually trying not to hurt Paulo Costa. Like, that's literally, to me, that's what it looked like. And then the few times where Paulo decides, oh, I'm going to try to really hurt you now, that's when you think, oh, maybe I should, like, throw hard at you. I feel like I see you throw harder in sparring in your gym than what you did in this fight. So confusing. So confusing. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to take out Paulo. He just wanted to go all 5 rounds, see if his gas tank can really hold up that well to where he can just keep pressing harder every single round. But I think he could have taken out Paulo if he really wanted to, if he pressed on him and he really opened up and was throwing harder strikes. But no, he was fine with literally throwing like 20 jabs, a few front kicks, checking calf kicks, like, whatever, man. Whatever. Like, you say a lot of shit. People like you because you're just talking like a idiot, I guess, but saying what you want to say. But that fight, I don't know, had me feeling kind of off about Sean Strickland. Kind of had me wanting Paulo to win. Just because I know Paulo will fucking at least try to... Well, even Paulo wasn't trying to take him out just because of how annoying Strickland's style is. It's like Strickland's like, I'm not going to let you hurt me, but I'm also not going to try to hurt you. It's super weird. But on to the Makhachev-Poirier fight. Poirier damn near beat Makhachev. Damn near. I feel like, and I haven't watched the fight back, literally watched the fight, then came right in here to record this video. I thought I had it 2-2. I don't know if that's just because I felt like Dustin, like the crowd was just so on his side. I thought it was 2-2 going to the fifth round. I could be so wrong. I could be so wrong. It could be 3-1 for Islam. But I really felt like in that fifth round, if Dustin landed some good combos and was putting the pressure on Islam, he might have gotten that title, and it's in a decision win. But fuck, Islam's so good. He is so good. Comes out with the submission, subs Dustin, fifth round, 2 minutes 42 seconds left. Absolutely insane. Khabib in his corner. And now he wants to go up to 170. And whoever wins between Leon or Bilal, which would be super interesting if Bilal wins against Leon. Because now it's like, will they fight each other? They've been training with each other for the longest time. Have they known this is going to happen? Or he thinks that Leon is going to beat Bilal. Maybe he knows something. But Islam wants to go up to 170 after going to war with Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier, man, just an absolute beast. He said he's not sure if he's going to retire. And it would definitely be something if he retired on this fight, just because of how good he looked and the fact that he did just get caught in a sub. He got pretty much ankle picked, and then Islam just grabbed the neck as fast as possible, just went for whatever he could find. And very, very smart by Islam, but it just sucks for Dustin, daughter crying and everything. I honestly don't know what fight he would get next. I feel like he's done everything. I know there's probably a ton of things for him to do. But shit, if he won that fight, man, it would have been something else. But Makhachev, just too good. He's just too good. But it was a great card. Overall, it was a very great card. And got 10 out of the 12 right on my picks. So y'all should listen to me. Y'all should listen to my picks. Y'all should keep watching my videos. And that's the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.